Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another ramble session. So, yeah, I love doing these ramble sessions, and I just thank you guys so much for taking your time out to watch my videos and see what's going on. So, yeah, we've had a busy couple of weeks, and as you can see in my book, this is back on the 11th. Today is, let's see what today is. Today is Tuesday, October 18th. So I am working on my pages back from the 11th, and I have everything done. I just need to, write in my journaling with my Flair pens and color in the backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I'm going to be working on all of these pages. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, 7, 8 pages behind. But that's life, that's my life, and that's just the way it goes. So I'm going to be working on these, but I did want to show you some of the things that have been going on. Yeah, it's been like a crazy couple of weeks. A couple weeks ago we had the preparations for Hurricane Matthew that we were going through. During that time, I also got a call from my dermatologist telling me that the dodgy spot on my face was a little more than we had bargained for. So, unfortunately, I've been diagnosed with skin cancer, and had a bit of surgery done last Thursday. So 24 stitches later, and here I am. So thankfully I get my stitches out this week, in a few days, and hoping and praying that all goes well and that he was able to get rid of what he needed to get rid of. So, but as for that, I am resting in the Lord's promises. So, that's how I'm doing with that. I've got good days and bad days, just like anybody else. And, I'm clinging to Philippians 4:6, which is, don't worry about anything, instead pray about everything. So, that's what's been going on with me. I'm trying to keep myself occupied, and so let's show you all the different things I've been working on. I'm looking at my, trying to get my eraser here because I'm erasing my pencil marks, so yeah. So, going to be working on these pages, but I've also been spending, a lot of time in my art room. It's very helpful for me. It is therapeutic for me just to sit in here. So I have been a bit busy. Some of you have seen, if you saw, I think it was my last ramble session, I started on this book here. It is based on, or I got the inspiration from doing a journal type of thing in a magazine from Crafty Hodges. But then I got on YouTube, and of course, you go down the rabbit hole, and so I found, Tisha Moore videos that I watched, and somebody else, Tammy Brackett, I believe I was watching. She was working on something like this, though, and I'll show you this in a minute. But what I decided to do with this, at first I was going to make it like my, what was it called? Like my Triumph book, or tracking my triumphs. But then, like I said, I went down the whole collage rabbit hole on YouTube, which is great. And so this is what I had been working on. And so this is a collage that I did. I finished it yesterday. I hope it's not too glary for you, but I put a little quote in here, and these are just magazine clippings, and it's different parts, the head is different. I put sunglasses on her. I did this cute little bracelet for like a headband. This is somebody else's body, somebody else's legs. And then I did, you know, the magazine clipping border. And then I worked on this page as well. I just painted acrylic paint on the background, and we'll see how that goes. And so, yeah, I guess I've changed my mind yet again. So this is going to be more of like a... The book itself is inspired by Crafty Hodges, the way that she puts her magazine, you know, upcycles her magazine. But I think the inside is going to be more of a Tisha Moore kind of thing. So I'm excited to work on that. And I also just subscribed to Tisha Moore's, what's it called? Artstronauts, I think. Artstronauts Club. I'll put her link below. You can get it on her Etsy store. I felt that it was very cost effective. I've always wanted to take an art class of some sort, but I'm always afraid of spending the money and then not doing it, you know, not because, as y'all know, the most consistent thing in my life is inconsistency. So, but I felt like with this subscription, it's a year subscription. I believe it was $55, and $55 is a lot of money. However, you know, you get a year subscription. I thought it was very well worth it. I cannot wait to receive it. What you receive with it, I believe, like you'd have to go on her Etsy shop to see the description to know exactly what you get, but you do get a lot of videos of her processes and different things like that, Tisha Moore's. And then you also get, she also sends you, what are they called? Like printouts, you know, printouts of her artwork that you can use in your artwork. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited about it. So I've been working on that. And then I also, of course, while I was down the rabbit hole, I found this, and I think I found this type of thing on Tammy Brackett's YouTube, I think. But it was based on, excuse me, it was based on Jenny Belly. And Jenny Belly does something on her blog, which I'll try to link that below. And it's called Inspiration Station Workshop, I think. And it's a free workshop. And she teaches you how to make these really sweet little journals. And so I believe I did this. I really should have dated it. I think I might have dated it. Because on the inside, see if you can see on the inside the writing in there. You can have like secret journaling. Which obviously if you can see it in there, it's not very secret, is it? But anyway, that's okay. So what you do is you take, it starts out as a full sheet of paper, any size you want. And then you fold it a certain way, and then you cut it a certain way. And if you want me to do, you know, like a demonstration of how I put mine together, it's the same way that Tammy Brackett put hers together. It's the same way that Jenny Belly puts hers together. So you can either go and watch their videos, or, you know, if you want me to show you how I did mine, I would be happy to. So you decorate the whole page, excuse me, by, you know, using stamping, using stenciling, using paint, using collage, just all different things. And then this, of course, this was, you know, I worked on this the day that I got the phone call from the doctor. And yeah, so I was just trying to get out my feelings. So I just used, pieces of magazine, you know, in here and pasted them down. And so that's how that turned out. And I still need to finish it. And then what I did was I often save tags from clothing. I have a whole box of tags from clothing. And these are like super nice and thick. And so I'll go back and, you know, either paint them or cover them up or something like that. But when you're done with the book, you get a you know, whatever size you want to make it, you make it. And then it has 2 side loading pockets and 2 uploading pockets. And this one, look at this beautiful tag I got in Happy Mail a few years ago. And it's just gorgeous. So I thought that it went well with this book, and I'm going to use that to write things in. And then this one is another tag from like a piece of clothing. So, you know, I mean, it's thick chipboard, you know, so yeah, I'll, you know, decorate that up and use that as a tag. So this came out super cute, and I just put some fibers on it down the side, and these little things here, paper beads that I made, I don't even know when, last year or something. They're lots of fun to make too. So yeah, so I worked on that. And then the next one is this one that I worked on, and I love the colors and all this. This is a homemade stamp out of Fun Foam. I have it right here. That's it right there. I just made it out of Fun Foam, glued Fun Foam onto a piece of cardboard, you know. So I use this archival ink, and I get ink on it, and I stamp it on, and it makes a really lovely stamp. So what this is though, this is before. I hope you can see all of this, because it's big. It's like 18 inches by a little less than 18 inches. But it starts out as a full page, okay? Look at that beautiful, colorful goodness. And so I collaged a bunch of stuff down, whether it was painted papers, book text. I have some, I'm not sure, I think that's Korean. I'm not really sure. Korean book text. And yeah, music text and maps and all kinds of stuff. So I did that, and then I used, where did it go? It's somewhere around here. My desk is a mess because I've been working on all these different things. But then I just took some paint splots of acrylic paint, and I used a credit card. Again, I don't know where it's at, but I used a credit card. It was here just, oh, there it is. Hello. I used a credit card, and I put blobs of paint down, and then I just scrape it on. Now, I really love doing it this way for two reasons. Well, three. It's beautiful. That's number one. Number two is that it gets the paint wherever you want it to go. It leaves a nice design. And number three, when you put the paint on like this, it really just puts like a thin layer on, so it dries very quickly. And if you know anything about me, I like to, you know, start and finish processes all in one go. So anyhow, and then I took my homemade stamp and I stamped all over it. And then what you do, and it shows in the videos, Jenny Belly's video, is you take it and you cut a hole in the center part, okay, between the two squares in the center. And then you fold it, and when you fold it, it opens like that, right? So then when you squeeze it all together, see, you have like a cross kind of thing. And then you fold it in such a way on top of each other or whatever to make a book. And then when you're done, you have this, you know, beautiful book that has, you know, double spreads in it or single spreads or however you want to use it. And then, see, these are open here. And this is where, if you wanted to, you could write your secret journaling if you so desired. But you can either choose to sew up the edges, you could choose to glue the edges, you can choose to glue the whole thing, I suppose, and just make a more sturdy page. Or you could glue it just at the bottom here so that you have a side pocket. And then like on this one here, you would glue this down here at the bottom, and then you'd have a top loading pocket up here if you wanted to. So yeah, so I'm going to work on this, and I was actually on the phone yesterday with my girlfriend, and she's going to come over tomorrow so I can show her how I did this, because we were texting back and forth pictures and stuff while we were talking on the phone with each other. And she was like, oh, I want to make one of those. So yeah, she's going to come over tomorrow, and we're going to make one of these. And what else am I working on? So I'm working on this. And you can do whatever you want with this. You know, you can make it a journal. You could, you know, put plain paper on here or graph paper if you wanted or whatever. You could write on it. You could do whatever you want. I mean, the ideas are endless. You know, you could draw pictures on here. You could paint pictures on here. You could simply cut out magazine collage elements. You could put quotes on here. All kinds of different things you could use this for. But I love the colors and everything. And oh, yeah. I'm going to have some fun with this one. So that, let's see what else. Oh, I got this cute little stamp. Look at that. And I got it from Tuesday Morning, and it was $3.49, and I do believe it was 40% off that. And it is a Ranger stamp. It's a Dilution stamp, and I got it, did I say I got it at Tuesday Morning? Yeah, I went to Tuesday Morning the other day with my husband, and this was pretty much the only thing I found. Usually they have a huge selection of a bunch of, crafty supplies and all that kind of stuff, but yeah. This time, they did not. For whatever reason, I have no idea. So, but I did find that stamp, so I can't wait to use that. Let's see what else. Oh, I'm getting my November-December book prepared. So, yeah, that's over there, drying. And I still have a lot to do on it, so I better get working on that so that I have a book to work on when I'm done with this one. And this one's getting, really fat and chunky, and so yeah. So because I've had, kind of been preoccupied the last, few weeks, I haven't been really sitting in here consistently and working. Although, seriously, when do I ever sit in here and consistently work on my book? I usually come in here on Mondays. Today's Tuesday, so I've kind of flipped my days around. Yesterday, I had every intention of coming in here and working on my book, but I got on the phone with my girlfriend, and when we get on the phone, we just talk for hours and hours and hours, and, before I know it, it's lunchtime or later, and yeah, so she's going to come over tomorrow, and we're going to do some crafty fun here, so that'll be exciting. Yeah, let me think. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on here. So, and again, I'll be working on these pages. Also, it is the month of October, so as most everybody knows, it is, of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I have been and gotten my mammogram and gotten my results back, and everything's peachy keen with that, which is great. Had some more tests done, and also in the month of October is Dysautonomia Awareness Month. And so dysautonomia is an umbrella term for the chronic illness that I have, which is POTS. And I mentioned my illness, when did I mention it? Back in my last vlog, I think. And so I had asked, if anybody was interested in me, spreading awareness and telling you, if you're interested in what exactly POTS is, I would be happy to do a vlog on that. So yeah, I thought about doing it this week, but I've got this huge bandage on my face, so I didn't think that would be very appealing. So I'll just wait. And yeah, but anyway, so for the month of October, I have in my book, I don't know if you can even see that, these little things here. I printed out one for each day of the month. These I found online. They are called Dysautonomia Tidbits, and they are from, it's hard for me to see that. Oh my goodness, it's hard for me to see, and I don't have my magnifying glass in here. It is from, I think it looks like it says dysautonomiaprison1word.com. So, yeah, and it just talks about different tidbits, obviously, about the illness, and dysautonomia. Hold on one second. Whoever's doing that, please stop. Roxanne. No. Oh, they're like little cats, my dogs. They like to clean each other, and it's annoying. So anyway. Yeah, so I am trying to find a way to put one of those in each of, or on, each of my pages. Please stop. And yeah, for the month of October. Oh, and my daughter, you'll see this in a flip when I do it, but my daughter did this like a sorority project for one of her sisters, and so I helped her do that with some lettering and some stencils, Peter Pan stencils, so that was fun. We did that last week. She worked on it for about, oh gosh, a week or so, painting it and all of that kind of stuff, drawing it out and everything. So that was fun. So we did that together, and she had a great time giving it to her sorority sister. And let's find out where my pens go. So yeah. So I've been having, just keeping busy, doing different things. That's one of the things, you get involved, well, I do anyway, I don't know about y'all, but, I get involved in, getting on YouTube, and oh my gosh, there are just so many different projects that I want to do, and so many different things that I want to try. And when I watch YouTube videos, normally I watch them in the evenings when everyone else is in bed. I'm all tucked up in bed. So, it could be like anywhere from 9 to midnight at night, and I'm watching all these YouTube videos with all these wonderful ideas, and, there I am all tucked up and snuggly in bed, and I'm thinking, should I get up and go paint? I never do. I always just wait till the next day. So, yeah. I mean, I'm home all day, so, certainly not by choice most of the time, but, yeah. So I wait till the morning and start on some stuff. So I've always got something going. And that, as far as that, I don't even know where I put it now. As far as that little, what was it called? Like that file folder flip thing. I haven't done anything with that, because then I found Crafty Hodges, journaling thing with a magazine, and then I wanted to try that. Then I, refound Tisha Moore's videos, and I'm just so inspired by her, so I wanted to try my hand at that, and yeah, it just goes on from there. So yeah, there are a lot of things that I want to try and do. And so, yeah, so I'm going to be working on that fun stuff, and trying to get my, trying to get caught up on my Fobonichi, so that I'm, not so totally behind, which you'd think I'd be used to by now. And I mean, honestly, I don't care being behind, because, excuse me, excuse me, Fred says hi twice. I guess I'm not really behind. I'm behind in decorating the pages is what I'm behind in. So I get my stuff on here. I, glue my clip art down. I write out my journaling, I get my ideas down, I start doing my, my Posca pen outlining and headlines and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really not behind, I guess, so to speak. It's just I have to go back and fill everything in. So, yeah, which actually, for me, is actually really relaxing. I sit out here in my art room, I turn on my music on Pandora, and I just get in the zone, and I work on my pages, and it's very relaxing for me. So, in actuality, I think I rather enjoy doing it this way, getting prepared, getting all my pages prepared and all my junk on them and memories and stuff and all that. And then just sitting down and, filling everything in. It's therapeutic for me. It's relaxing. I'm just in Phobo land for a while. So anyhow, that's what I'm going to do today. And coming soon, hopefully, will be a vlog about my illness called POTS, because somebody had asked me, or had mentioned in my comments that they, would like to see an explanation of what POTS is. So I will hopefully be doing that in the near future. Look forward to that. Otherwise, it'll be just regular scheduled programming, such as flip throughs and ramble sessions. And, let me know if you want me to show you, how I made this. I'd be glad to. Otherwise, check out the links that I'll have below. This went on for way too long, so I will let y'all go. That's 25 minutes you'll never get back. But yeah, have a great day. Have a great week. Thanks so much for sharing your time with me, and I will catch you later.